Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to the Saginaw Fire Department Central Fire Station for this year's annual awards ceremony 2023. It's an opportunity for us every year to recognize citizens, those in the community who through heroic actions have benefited their fellow citizenry, for organizations who support the fire department in numerous ways, and to recognize our firefighters, those who have gone above and beyond the call of duty. In addition, it's also an opportunity for us every year to recognize those who have come before us, those retirees who have paved the way for the Saginaw Fire Department and for the fire service.
Father God, we give you praise and glory and honor this day. We lift you up and magnify your holy name. We thank you for your presence in this awards and memorial ceremony and ask that you bless everyone in attendance, as well as those watching from TV or those on their mobile devices. We thank you for everyone receiving an award this year for going above the call of duty. Let their recognition be an encouragement for anyone else who stand in whenever the opportunity arises. We ask that you watch over each firefighter, police officer, and emergency worker as they stand watch over our community. Send your mighty angels to assist them while they're on patrol. We ask that you guide our community leaders, the mayor, the city council members, state representatives, senators, and the governor of our state. Help them to find all the resources possible for our emergency personnel during these challenging times. And finally, Father, we ask that you protect every citizen and keep them from harm. But if our first responders are needed, guide those responders to perform their tasks to the best of their abilities so that they may preserve life and property. Let the message of Fire Safety Week help us all to stay alert and aware at all times, not only for ourselves, but for our fellow neighbors. All this we ask in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
City of Saginaw proclamation. Whereas the City of Saginaw is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all those living and visiting our city. Members of the Saginaw Fire Department are dedicated to reducing the occurrence of home fires and home fire injuries through prevention and protection, education, and whereas fire is a serious public safety concern both locally and nationally, according to the National Fire Protection Association, statistics show that 4 out of 5 fire deaths occur in the home, and whereas 3 out of 5 home fire deaths resulted from fires in properties without working smoke alarms. Statistics show that working smoke alarms can cut the risk of home fires by 50%. And whereas the National Fire Protection Association has established the Fire Protection Week to create greater awareness and invitation in fire protection and prevention. As a result, countless lives have been saved each year. And whereas the 2023 Fire Prevention Week theme, Cooking Safety Starts With You, pay attention to fire prevention, works to educate everyone and simple but important actions they can take to keep themselves and those around them safe when cooking. Now, therefore, be it resolved, I, Brenda F. Moore, Mayor of the City of Saginaw, do hereby proclaim that the week of October 8th through the 14th of 2023 as Fire Prevention Week throughout the City of Saginaw, and I urge all residents of the city to protect their homes and families by heeding the important safety messages of Fire Prevention Week 2023, and to support the many public safety activities and efforts of the City of Saginaw Fire Department. In witness hereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Saginaw to be affixed this 10th day of October in the year of our Lord 2023. Brenda F. Moore, Mayor. Council members Annie E. Bench, Mayor Pro Tem, Michael D. Balls, George Copeland Jr., Michael Flores, Priscilla Garcia, Monique Lamar Sylvia, Bill Ostash, and Reggie Williams II, and Timothy Morales, City Manager. Thank you.
Good morning. The 2023 NFPA fire prevention message is, cooking safety starts with you. Pay attention to fire prevention. According to the NFPA, cooking is the leading cause of home fires, with nearly half of all home fires involving cooking equipment. Cooking is also the leading cause of home fire injuries. Unattended cooking is the leading cause of home cooking fires and is related to fire deaths. In addition, NFPA data shows that cooking is the only major cause of fire that resulted in more fires and fire deaths in 2014 through 2018 than in 1980 and 84. So there's some tips to remember for kitchen safety. Always keep close eye on what you're cooking. For foods with longer cook times, such as those that are simmering or baking, set a timer to help monitor them carefully. Clear the cooking area of combustible items and keep anything that can burn, such as dish towels, oven mitts, food packaging, paper towels, away from the burners. Turn pot handles toward the back of the stove. Keep a lid nearby when cooking. If a small grease fire starts, slide the lid over the pan and turn the burner off. Create a kid and pet-free zone, or at least 3 feet around the cooking area or wherever hot food or drink is being prepared. And from personal experience, make sure to check the inside of the oven before you preheat it. Make sure that the ovens don't have rubber grips, or the pans. Yeah, I did that. And remember to keep the stovetop and oven clean. So remember, cooking safety starts with you. Pay attention to fire prevention. Thank you.
On to the awards ceremony. And there are a bunch. On September 9th, 2022, Ashley Barrett was driving on East Genesee when she witnessed an individual fall to the ground. Ms. Barrett immediately pulled over to check on the person and found they did not have a pulse. Without hesitation, Ms. Barrett began administering CPR until emergency crews arrived on the scene. The Saginaw Fire Department would like to present Ashley Barrett with the Civilian Certificate of Merit Award for her quick actions that resulted in the successful resuscitation of the patient. On the morning of June 16th, 2023, the Saginaw Fire Department was dispatched to a report of a structure fire at 922 North Porter. Upon arrival, fire crews found the fire coming from the front porch of the house. Prior to the arrival of the fire crews, Cynthia Perez-Deal was on her way to work and saw flames coming from the house. Ms. Perez-Deal promptly stopped and ran up to the front door to alert the residents, knocking on the door while the porch was actively on fire and calling 911. She confirmed with residents' neighbors that the home was in fact occupied. Ms. Perez-Deal was able to alert the residents of the fire and escort them out of the house. The Saginaw Fire Department would like to present Cynthia Perez-Deal with the Civilian Certificate of Merit Award for her actions that potentially saved the family's life and protected their home from further damage. On October 17th, 2022, the Saginaw Fire Department responded to 1016 Fitzhugh for a report of a residential structure fire with occupants trapped inside. Crews arrived on the scene to find one occupant still in the structure and one in the front yard being attended to by MMR. Lieutenant Brian Weber located the trapped occupant at a second-story window, set a ladder, and helped the person to the ground. The Saginaw Fire Department is proud to present the Certificate of Merit to Lieutenant Brian Weber for his decisive actions resulting in saving a life. On May 12th, 2023, the Saginaw Fire Department responded to the intersection of Ezra Rust and Fordney for a report of a vehicle accident with a trapped occupant suffering from life-threatening injuries. Engine 2 arrived on the scene and found a vehicle with extensive damage to the driver's side. Additional crews arrived on scene and began working in unison to remove the passenger's side door with hydraulic tools, allowing the safest route to extricate the victim. Once successfully removed from the damaged vehicle, crews helped load the patient into an awaiting ambulance where he was transported to the hospital. The Saginaw Fire Department is proud to present the Unit Citation Award to Battalion Chief James Champney, Battalion Chief William McCarthy, Lieutenant Colin Horgan, Engineer Cody Beaver, Engineer Blake Stewart McGee, Firefighter Marcus Wright II, Probationary Firefighter Madison Gonzalez, and probationary firefighter John Lynham for their cooperative efforts and proficient actions. On May 31st, 2023, the Saginaw Fire Department responded to a structure fire at 2805 Collingwood Street. While responding, Battalion Chief Scott Yaw noticed additional structure fires on Hess, Maplewood, and Collingwood Streets. These fires included 2 commercial buildings, 2 residential homes, a garage, 2 recreational travel trailers, and a vacant lot. Battalion Chief Yaw advised responding units of this and started dividing the crews into different locations and assignments. A request for mutual aid from neighboring fire departments of Buena Vista, Spalding, Bridgeport, and Bay City was made, and a callback of off-duty Saginaw Fire Department members and command staff was initiated. The 3 initial responding fire crews were able to extinguish or control most of the heavily involved structures, giving additional resources time to arrive on the scene and assist with extinguishment operations. Due to the number and distance between the fires, the limited resources available, and additional challenges faced by personnel, the fire could have further spread throughout the neighborhood. Fire crews were able to redeploy to new assignments and successfully prevented a more severe outcome. The Saginaw Fire Department would like to present the Unit Citation Award to Battalion Chief Scott Yaw, Battalion Chief Raymond Tanner, Lieutenant Cedric Green, Lieutenant Matthew Cook, Lieutenant Sarah Cunningham Heath, Engineer Gary McDonald, Engineer Sean Gerard, Firefighter Kana Konisny, Firefighter Quentin White Jr., and Probationary Firefighter Samuel Kernut for their quick decision-making, outstanding efforts, and hard work. On September 2nd, 2023, Saginaw Fire Department responded to East Remington and Owen for a report of a rollover accident with an occupant trapped and possibly deceased. Engine 1 arrived to find the vehicle had left the roadway, struck a tree, and resulted in heavy damage. Engine 1 performed a scene assessment and found the patient to have a pulse. Engine 2 arrived on the scene and worked in conjunction with Engine 1 to remove the roof of the vehicle and gain access to the patient, taking him to an awaiting ambulance. Saginaw Fire Department is proud to present the Unit Citation Award to Battalion Chief William McCarthy, Captain Robert Weaver, Lieutenant Matthew Cook, Engineer Sean Gerard, Engineer Cody Beaver, Firefighter Quentin White Jr., Probationary Firefighter Seth Burwell, and Probationary Firefighter Miles Geiger for their rapid scene size-up and decision-making to achieve a successful outcome. Still at it, man. Thank you. Congratulations. On August 12th, 2022, Engine 1 responded to a report of a cardiac arrest at 1837 Bagley. Upon arrival, Engine 1 found MMR on scene performing CPR. Crews began assisting MMR with CPR operations and the attachment of a Lucas device. During resuscitation operations, the patient regained a pulse, and Engine 1 assisted MMR with loading the patient into the ambulance for transport to the hospital. Saginaw Fire Department is proud to present the Life Saving Award to Battalion Chief Tate Jaruski, Engineer Blake Stewart McGee, and Probationary Firefighter Logan Zollinger. On September 9th, 2022, Engine 1 responded to a report of a cardiac arrest at 1026 East Genesee. Upon arrival, Engine 1 found Ashley Barrett performing CPR. Engine 1 immediately took over chest compressions and began attaching the Lucas device. After receiving a shock from the AED, the patient regained a pulse, and Engine 1 assisted with loading them into the ambulance for transport to the hospital. The Saginaw Fire Department is proud to present the Life Saving Award to Captain Brad Luzak, Lieutenant Colin Horgan, and Engineer Blake Stewart McGee. On March 7th, 2023, Engine 4 responded to a report of a cardiac arrest at 1202 Weiss. On arrival, Engine 4 found MMR on scene, providing CPR to a 56-year-old male. Engine 4 quickly assisted MMR with providing chest compressions, and after several minutes, the patient regained a pulse. Engine 4 assisted with loading the patient into the ambulance for transport to the hospital. The Saginaw Fire Department is proud to present the Life-Saving Award to Lieutenant Brian Weber, Engineer Jason Wineland, and Firefighter Justin Kelly. On April 5th, 2023, Engine 2 responded to a report of a cardiac arrest at 1211 South Michigan. Engine 2 arrived on scene with MMR personnel and entered the apartment to find a 28-year-old male with no pulse. Crews attached the Lucas device to the patient to supply the necessary chest compressions, and after several rounds of CPR and shocks from the AED, the patient regained a pulse and was transported to the hospital. Saginaw Fire Department is proud to present the Life-Saving Award to Lieutenant Rob Gooch, Firefighter Eric DeLugas, and Firefighter Casey Rivette. The interim fire chief and staff of the Saginaw Fire Department would like to recognize Captain Brad Luzak for his work building and overseeing the completion of a storage building at the training facility. Captain Luzak successfully designed, built, and managed other Saginaw Fire Department personnel during the building of the 16 by 20-foot pole barn used to store materials for live fire training. Under Captain Luzak's leadership, SFD personnel assisted with construction efforts. By completing the project in-house, the department saved thousands of dollars in design and construction costs. Interim Chief Brandon Hosbach is proud to present the Chief's Special Recognition Award to Captain Brad Luzak for his continued dedication and willingness to take on special projects for the betterment of the department. The interim fire chief and staff of the Saginaw Fire Department would like to recognize Sergeant Mike Darrow and the Michigan State Police Aviation Unit for their assistance with numerous emergency incidents over the past year. Personnel with the aviation unit have utilized their special equipment and skills to assist firefighters with fire investigations, structural collapse inspections, and a large-scale hazardous material incident. These services are aside from their responsibilities assisting law enforcement with crime prevention initiatives and active incidents. Recently, their expertise was utilized to achieve an aerial vantage point to locate the origin of a leaking product that created a sheen on the Saginaw River stretching for miles downstream. Interim Chief Brandon Hosbach is proud to present the Chief's Special Recognition Award to Sergeant Mike Darrow for his service and support of the men and women of the Saginaw Fire Department. The interim fire chief and staff of the Saginaw Fire Department would like to recognize the Rotary Club of Saginaw for providing funding to purchase 20 firefighter protective hoods. Protective hoods are a critical part of a firefighter's personal protective equipment, protecting the neck, ears, and head from thermal burns. In addition, these hoods offer a particulate barrier, the latest technology to help firefighters from the dangerous byproducts of smoke and fire, many of which are known to cause cancer. Interim Chief Brandon Hosbach is proud to present the Chief's Special Recognition Award to the Rotary Club of Saginaw for their support of the men and women of the Saginaw Fire Department. We'll see that the club gets the award. The interim fire chief and staff of the Saginaw Fire Department would like to recognize State Representative Graham Filler for donating $1,000 to the purchase of traffic safety vests. Traffic safety vests are required to be worn when firefighters are working within or near a roadway. The vests feature reflective, fire-resistant material and a breakaway design. The donation will help protect firefighters from the hazards present with vehicular traffic. Interim Chief Brandon Hosback is proud to present the Chief's Special Recognition Award to the State Representative Graham Filler for his support of the men and women of the Saginaw Fire Department. Unfortunately, Representative Filler is in session today, unable to join us, but he's asked to relay his gratitude for this recognition. Saginaw Fire Department would like to recognize Captain Robert Weaver, Captain Sean Beach, Deputy Fire Marshal Michael Campbell, and Lieutenant Brian Weber for 15 years of service. Saginaw Fire Department would like to recognize Lieutenant Sarah Cottingham Heath and Engineer Sean Gerard for 10 years of service. The Saginaw Fire Department would like to recognize these members for their 2023 promotions. Captain William McCarthy to Battalion Chief, Captain Ray Tanner to Battalion Chief, Lieutenant Brad Luzak to Captain, Lieutenant Robert Weaver to Captain, Lieutenant Sean Beach to Captain, Lieutenant Michael Campbell to Deputy Fire Marshal, Engineer Rob Gooch to Lieutenant, Engineer Matthew Cook to Lieutenant, Engineer Colin Horgan to Lieutenant, Engineer Sarah Cottingham Heath to Lieutenant, Firefighter Andrew Allen to Engineer, Firefighter Chad Leach to Engineer, Firefighter Cody Beaver to Engineer, Firefighter Blake Stewart McGee to Engineer. And we'll ask the following firefighter to stand. The Saginaw Fire Department would like to recognize the firefighter that has successfully completed 12 months of probationary period, firefighter Casey Rivette. On now to the Firefighter of the Year. Engineer Cody Beaver has set himself apart from his peers through his professionalism, dedication to duty, and willingness to do whatever is needed to benefit the Saginaw Fire Department and the citizens of Saginaw. Cody has sought to better himself by pursuing numerous training opportunities. Through these training opportunities, Cody has achieved certifications as a fire instructor, CPR instructor, and child safety seat technician. Cody utilized this knowledge to help not only the fire department, but also the citizens of Saginaw. Cody has demonstrated his dedication to the Saginaw Fire Department by volunteering to maintain the department's social media pages. With this responsibility, Cody has created social media posts highlighting the hard work and training of the Saginaw Fire Department and has helped forge a positive relationship with the community. Cody is a very dependable and valuable member of the department. He's been involved with training the probationary firefighters and has quickly become a trusted mentor by many. Cody takes time to help the new firefighters through their probationary period so they can thrive in their new positions. For his dedication to service, the Saginaw Fire Department is proud to present the 2023 Firefighter of the Year Award to Engineer Cody Beaver.
Thank you. Does this sound all right back there? Louder? Oh, I can be louder. You guys all know that. First off, this is an incredibly humbling honor to be recognized with such a wonderful award. I do feel kind of odd being up here alone because so much of what we do is together. I do have to thank my mom and dad, Brian and Lisa Beaver, for letting me kind of carve my own path in life. About 3.5 years ago, I applied for this job, and it was just a childhood dream. You know, we grow up, we play policemen and firemen, and we kind of lose that dream. Well, here I am. I got a phone call from a a former union president, and I still remember the phone call. I picked it up, and he said, "Hi, this is Captain Foreman, the union of the president of the union. And first off, I just want to welcome you to the greatest job on the face of the earth." This guy didn't even know who I was. But I'd known after that conversation that I'd made the right decision. Fast forward a couple months, a former fire chief and my battalion chief at the time pulled me aside after lunch when I had first started and told me that getting this job was like winning the lottery. From mopping the floors in the bathroom, to washing fire engines, to fighting fire, to potentially saving lives, everything was like the lottery. And I'll never forget that, and that's how I try to carry myself every day. Every day is an opportunity to be better than I was yesterday. I have to absolutely thank the command staff, my mentors and leaders, for starters, for tolerating me, for always listening to me, and giving me an opportunity to grow on my own, and taking the times and the late evenings to just show me something, to explain something to me. That doesn't go without recognition to any one of you. To my boot squad over there, the 3 and under guys, this is going to be our department one day, and there's not a single one of you that I will never ever ride into a bad situation with. I love you all like brothers, and my sister, of course. I've heard a lot of wonderful awards given out. We don't do this for the awards. It's all in the days of work for us, but the recognition is very well received, and we appreciate that. But on the topic of heroism and heroic acts, there's a group of heroes that I do want to recognize that often don't get recognized at these. Sorry. And those are the heroes that we leave at home every morning. The ones that take care of our homes when we're here taking care of the city. And I know in my home, I have 4 very special heroes. I have my 3 wonderful boys, Dayton, Christian, and Rowan. I love you boys. I'm proud of you. I hope you believe in yourselves the way I believe in you. And thank you for making me feel a whole lot cooler than I really am. And of course, my superhero, my wife, Angela. For all of your, I can't thank you enough for the motivation, encouragement, and support throughout these years and through the entire time we've been together. You've pulled me out of the ashes when I needed it, and you've wrote me back down to reality when I really needed it. You're my best friend. I love you. The greatest job on earth I get to do, but the best thing I get to do is to be your husband. So thank you. Most importantly, thank you for making me like me on the days I really don't want to like me. I love you. And last but not least, the wonderful citizens, business owners of the city of Saginaw, for whom without this wouldn't be possible. Those fire engines you see right there, those new ones, without your love and support, we wouldn't be able to ride those. We wouldn't be able to provide the services that we provide. We wouldn't get to do the trainings that we get to do. We wouldn't get to build the things that we get to do to provide what I believe best-in-class service. I could go on and on, but I'm just going to close with this. We are tough. We are proud. We are strong. We are your City of Saginaw Fire Department. Thank you.
Well, it's definitely tough to follow that, Brad, but I'll definitely give it a shot. I'm Jake Bennett. I'm the district director for Congressman Dan Kildee. And much thanks to the Saginaw Fire Department. After doing your Fire Ops 101, I joined the fire department. So obviously it's kind of cool to see that full circle. And I know hearing the story with Brad, and if you have not read the MLive News article, definitely go and read that as well. Definitely relate. I know a lot of young kids kind of go into the profession, but it's a whole different story. And I can tell you for my family, my wife and kids, working in a desk job for 16, 18 years, and then telling them, hey, I want to be a firefighter too. It's tough. You're in the middle of dinner, leaving. It's tough for the family, saying, you really got to go. We got to do this stuff. And it says a lot, having somebody like Brad dropping what they're doing in the other jobs and joining the fire department. We are definitely needed. We need more firefighters, and it's great to see somebody that's stepping up to the challenge. I know the congressman, while he would much rather be here in Saginaw than Washington, D.C. right now, he was just telling me about that yesterday. He'd much rather be here, but he wanted me to pass on his congratulations and thank you to Cody and all the firefighters that stepped up and leave their families behind and come to the fire department to help protect the citizens of Saginaw and the community. So thank you. I'll present a congressional certificate of congressional recognition, and we have the flag over there as well for Brad, Firefighter of the Year, engineer.
In honor of the Saginaw firefighters who, in the line of duty, gave the ultimate sacrifice, we'll now have a roll call and a toll of the bell signifying their last alarm. William E. Pringle. James Kennefick. Chief George Wallace. Marcy C. Wilton. John Collier. Eugene Parker. Henry Flack. Paul Jonditz. Earl A. Rock. David D. Casey. Edward J. Thomas. A. William Dijak. Roscoe Hall. If you would allow me, I'd also like to recognize the retirees who have passed on since our last awards ceremony. Their names are Chief Donald Couturier, Captain Donald Pulowski, Firefighter Jerry Johnson, Captain Joe Kushner, his spouse Patricia Kushner, Battalion Chief Russ Holtman, Lieutenant Steve Kelly, Battalion Chief Steve Wiles, Lieutenant Mike Breckelsbauer, and Battalion Chief James Wright. Please pray for the families of these retirees. And if you would, please join me in the reciting of the firefighter's prayer as found inside your brochures on the back page. When I am called to duty, God, whenever flames may rage, give me the strength to save some life, whatever be its age. Help me to embrace a little child before it is too late, or save an older person from the horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert and to hear the weakest shout, and quickly and efficiently put the fire out. I want to fill my calling and to give the best in me, to guard my every neighbor and protect their property. And if according to your will, I have to lose my life, please bless with your protecting hands my loving family from strife. Thank you.
Well, this will conclude our 2023 awards ceremony. There's just a couple little thoughts I want to say before we leave, and I think Cody summed a lot of it up, so I won't repeat everything verbatim, but I do want to thank everyone for coming. This is a great opportunity for us once every year to open up our doors and show everyone what we do, but we want to be available every day to the citizens, for people to stop in and see what we do, because this is your fire department. We're here to serve the city, its citizens, its visitors, businesses, everyone. So I can tell you that I am beyond proud as interim chief to lead this group. It's amazing what they do on a daily basis. And I always say it's not necessarily every day that you're pulling someone out of a structure fire or reviving someone with CPR, but every single day these people are making a difference out there. Little things like I come around the back corner and there's a little kid getting his bike tire filled up. It's just every day there's positivity and positive change happening here. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to the department members for everything you do on a daily basis. I do want to say this is the 165th anniversary for the Saginaw Fire Department. It was formed in 1858, which is quite a feat. And I think I speak on behalf of everyone when I say we're extremely proud to continue that every day into the future. I would ask, if you are a retiree, I always like to see the retirees mentioned, because this place, as I mentioned, 165 years, this was built by those who came before us. And every day we strive to uphold that level of service and expectation that was built by those who came before us. So if you're a retiree from the Saginaw Fire Department, if you could just please rise really quickly and be recognized. Thank you for all your years of dedication and service and friendship. Please feel free to stay afterward. We do have refreshments, and the fire station is obviously open for everyone to take a tour if you've never seen it before, meet some of your firefighters. We do have a lot of young new faces, as Cody mentioned. So please stick around. We'd love to have you as our guests. And as you go on in your day, please be safe. And thank you again for attending.